There is an island in Italy so cursed that the government has banned people from setting foot on it. Fishermen refuse to sail near its shores. Locals say the soil is still gray with human ash. And, for almost a century, no one, not scientists, not historians, not thrill seekers, has been allowed to stay the night. This is Poveglia Island. Poveglia sits quietly between Venice and Lido, in the Venetian Lagoon, a tiny island barely large enough to hold a few buildings. For centuries, it was nothing special. Fishermen used it as a resting point. A handful of families lived there peacefully. But in 1348, everything changed. The Black Death arrived in Venice, one of the deadliest plagues in human history, killing an estimated 1/3 of Europe's population. As bodies piled up faster than the city could bury them, Venetian authorities made a chilling decision. Anyone showing symptoms of plague would be exiled to Poveglia Island, not to be treated, to be forgotten. Historical records suggest that as many as 160,000 people died on this tiny island over the centuries, victims of the plague, dumped here to die away from the healthy population of Venice. Local legend says the soil of Poveglia is nearly 50% human ash, because when burial space ran out, bodies were burned in mass cremation pits instead. To this day, farmers on the mainland refuse to use Poveglia's soil, not because of any scientific reason, but because of what it represents. For over 400 years, this pattern repeated. Every time plague swept through Venice, Poveglia became the dumping ground of the time. Poveglia went quiet for a while after the plagues ended, but in 1922, the island took on a new, darker purpose. Italian authorities built a mental hospital on the island. Patients were sent here, some with genuine psychiatric conditions, others simply inconvenient to society, isolated, forgotten, just like the plague victims before them. And this is where the island's most famous legend begins. Rumors say one of the asylum's doctors became obsessed with the idea that the ghosts of plague victims haunted the island. He believed the spirit spoke to him, tormenting him, driving him toward madness. According to the story, he eventually climbed the asylum's bell tower, the same tower that still stands today, and threw himself to his death. Some say a nurse who worked there later claimed his ghost still walks the halls, and that on quiet nights, the old bell can be heard ringing, even though it has no rope, no clapper, and no way to move on its own. The asylum closed in 1968. Since then, Poveglia has sat empty, buildings crumbling, vines swallowing the walls, nature slowly reclaiming what humans left behind. In 2014, the Italian government attempted to auction off a 99-year lease to the island, hoping someone would restore it into a hotel or resort. The bidding reportedly reached over 500,000 euros, but ultimately, no deal was finalized, and Poveglia remains abandoned to this day. Visiting is technically illegal without special permission. Local boat operators are reluctant to take tourists anywhere near it. Those who have snuck onto the island describe an overwhelming, oppressive silence and a feeling of being watched. Whether you believe in ghosts or not, Poveglia's history is undeniable. Thousands of people died here, some from disease, some from isolation, some from a system that saw them as disposable. Maybe that's the real horror of Poveglia. Not ghosts, not curses, just the reminder of how easily society can choose to forget people it doesn't know what to do with. If you enjoyed this story, subscribe and let me know in the comments. Would you ever set foot on Poveglia Island?